Hello and good evening. I'm CA Nidhi Bhaskar and I welcome you all to my channel. Few students requested us, why don't we declare the batches which we are going to run in the upcoming quarter on my channel? So here I'm doing that for all those students who were waiting for this announcement since long. With the skill level papers, we do provide coaching for 4 papers, except for audit, we provide all 4 papers for you all. Now, with these 4 papers, 2 papers every quarter run live and 2 papers run on recorded model. I do recommend that you attend the live batches always because live batches keep a lot of discipline in students because I also ask questions from the students when I'm teaching in the class. But still, if by any chance I am late in declaring this, by any chance you cannot change your plan, then better go for recorded model. We have converted our recorded model of classes also in a way which are going to give you the maximum benefit. That I can guarantee. Now let's just quickly run through what is the plan for December 2021 ACCA exam. With the batches for December, we are going to launch 2 live batches and 2 recorded model batches. With the live batches, we have planned to go ahead with taxation and FR. Tax, which is going to happen in the morning, and FR, which is going to happen in the evening, or with discussion with the batch which is ultimately formed. We'll finalize the timings once we get the correct number of students who will be the part of the batch. Then if you are a student who wants to go ahead with rest of the 2 papers, means PM and FM, then don't get disheartened. We are running a recorded model also for the remaining 2 papers. That means concurrently all 4 skill level papers are going on. You are not going to suffer, that's my guarantee. Now how? Let's just see with the recorded classes also and the live classes also how this system of classes work with us. With the live batches, now, what are the major things which you need to know about our live batches? The first thing, with live batches, the most important part is interactive class. Every weekend, there is a class where it is interactive. Means I do allow students to unmute themselves and ask the problems there and there. That means when I am teaching, if something is not clear, unmute yourself and ask it there and there. Do not wait, do not message and wait for next 10 days to come up with that problem. You can get that sorted there and there itself. There is no problem in unmuting yourself. Number 2. Now, what is the duration of the class is another question which come up from students. So approximately, because we are studying only on weekends, the classes are from 3 to 3.5 hours, but because it's a long duration online, we do prefer giving a break of minimum 15 minutes to 20 minutes. After this break, obviously you are freshened up and then we can carry on for another 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Then exam kit. Now exam kit coverage, we try that we achieve 1/3 of the exam kit coverage in the class. Why I am saying approximately? Because if 80% of the study text is done, then if exam kit is also done for 80%, then what will you be practicing? So what we follow is at least 1/3 we get done in the class. Now, obviously, you will be practicing the remaining exam kit, and with those exam kit questions, you will be facing some problems. How will those problems be dealt with? So there are separate problem classes. Once Saturday, Sunday classes happen, you are given a homework, you practice that homework, and whatever is the problem related to that homework, they are discussed in a mutually agreed day during the weekdays. Obviously, the timing is also kept in a way that even the working students can attend the class. It can be 8:30 in the night, it can be 7:30 p.m., it can be anything subject to the batch students agree on that timing. Apart from that, recordings. Now, there is another concern which comes up to us from all these students. What about the class recordings? So you get the class recordings within 24 hours of the class happening. Now, this is something which I always wanted to ensure. How? If a class has happened and by any chance you could not attend that, are you the one who will be given the class recordings? If someone is present in the class, he will not get the recordings? No, it's not like that. Even if you are absent or you are present in the class, The class recordings are given to all the students. You will have that access irrespective of your presence or absence in the class. Now, the second concern which has always hit me badly always was, what should be the time duration within which the recordings must be given to the students? I always believe that as soon as possible. Why? Because most of the people who are entering into ACCA, most of the students which we have, they are working. And if they do get only Saturday, Sundays to study, they should get the recordings right on Saturday, Sundays itself. So that if they want to study late night, they should have that access. If they want to refer something to the class, something discussed in the class, you can do that without waiting for 3, 4, 5, 6 days to get the recordings. So we ensure this policy. Apart from that, till how long you will have the recordings access? If by any chance you do not clear the paper in one particular quarter, do you need to pay again in the next quarter? Absolutely no. Without any charge, you can keep the recordings with you for 2 quarters. We had to reduce this timing because before today's day, we were doing this for 3 quarters, but we somehow realized that either the change of syllabus creates a problem for students, or sometimes we have seen the students are also becoming very taken for granted attitude students. When they see that they have recordings with them for 9 months or 1 year, they are becoming loose with giving papers. So we have a bit tightened this policy that you will have the access to the recordings for 6 months without any additional charge. If by any chance you do not clear that, then absolutely you have the recordings with you. But in case you need it for the third quarter also, then it depends upon case to case basis. If by any chance you need that, we can always come up, help you. So don't worry on that, but this is a standard policy which we are trying to follow. Next, are there any regular tests? Yes. So we combine some chapters and you are given section A and section B questions on which when you attempt the test, you get the score there and there. If something has gone wrong, you get the solution also there and there. So this is the regular practice which you can do in portions also, in small proportions also. Then after the syllabus gets complete, mock test papers. I consider mock test papers to be very important for any professional examination student to pass. We give 2 mock test papers because the first mock test paper will give you an idea how to start, where to start, how to attempt. Now this feedback, what you will get in the first mock test paper, that has to be applied in the second mock test paper. So we do ensure that you give 2 mock test papers before your exam, which personally I do evaluate. I never outsource it to anyone else to evaluate because I know what my students are writing, where they need to improve. So they are detailed enough that they can give you good feedback. Then the most important question. Now, what is the fee for each paper of skill level? So we have tried to make ACCA coaching very affordable. That's the basic aim which we had been following since day one. The fees we have restricted is 12,500 per skill level paper. With this investment, you get 6 months of recording access, plus problem solving, plus live interactive classes, plus regular tests, and plus 2 mock tests. This is the fees which we could agree upon as the bare minimum price so that it becomes affordable for many of you. Now let's come up to the recorded model highlights. This is the most important portion because we have recently changed this model, and when we applied this, we could get immense response from students. The students really liked our recorded model. Now, how does the recorded model works? One, it's not that if it is a recorded model class, I am not going to meet you at any point of time. Every alternative week, there will be one live problem class. I'll be sitting there in front of you live to deal with your problems. So ideally, how does this class go is through a system. In the first introduction, once the batch is finalized, there is a first interactive class just to keep as an intro class, where I give a target that next 15 days, you need to complete this portion. And after that, mutually agreed time is fixed up, and then a live problem class is kept where your problems are dealt with by me. So you see my recordings, and then the problem solving is also done by me. Don't worry. Yes, Now there can be another question, the recorded model, what will this have? So this is simply the class recordings of the previous latest batch. Why we have done that? When I keep on talking, you keep on listening, it may become boring to you. But sometimes what happens is, when it is a recording of a live class which has already happened, sometimes some students ask some questions which may be there in your mind also. So they automatically get solved when you hear that class. That's the benefit of getting the recorded class. And you get to hear the voice of other students also. That's another benefit. So that is what happens in the recorded model. It's not a complete 100% recorded model. I'm meeting these students every alternative quarter so that they are also under discipline, that they have to complete these chapters, because the problem class is going to happen on this day. Apart from that, how many total problem classes do happen for a particular paper? I'll say approximately 4. Minimum are 4, but yes, if needed, they can be 5 also. So don't worry on that. Now, again, access to recordings. Till what time will the students have the access to recordings? Again, 2 quarters. There are no additional charges. If by any chance you could not clear or you could not give the exam in a particular quarter, you need not pay again for the same recordings in the next quarter. Then, are there regular tests in the recorded model also? Absolutely yes. Whatever tests the live students give, recorded model students also give the same tests. What additional is there? A WhatsApp group. The way it is created for live batch students, it is created for recorded model students also, so that they can discuss the smaller problems among themselves. At least they have friends where they can talk about their papers, their study experience, or smaller problems. They need not wait for me to come after the next week to solve their problems. So most of the times what happens when the problems are very petty, I mean, there is a mistake in just punching one number in the calculator and the answer comes out wrong, then you can always refer back to your friends on the WhatsApp group. They are there to share. Apart from that, mock tests, again, they are here with the recorded model also. One point I missed here, you get notes also. So if I am taking PM, if I am taking FM, if I am taking FR, if I am taking taxation, we have notes which are running in the class. You by default get those notes also, because obviously when I have prepared some notes and I am teaching from those notes, you need not make them again. You by default get those notes in whatever model you choose. If it is recorded, if it is live batch, whatever it is, you get the notes also. Now comes the most important question here. What is the fee for a recorded model batch? It's 10,000 per skill paper. Again, as an intention to keep the coaching for ACCA as affordable as possible, we could finalize the fees of 10,000 INR per skill level paper. With this, I'll highlight one more thing here. If you want to see the trial classes or the first class of all 4 papers of the skill level, to know how I take up these classes, you can get their link from the description box. They are all there in the description box. But still, I'll recommend do try the live class as well. That experience is absolutely different from what you see as a recording. If there is anything which I could not answer here and you have a query on, please feel free to reach us on this number which is there on the screen, or feel free to comment in the comment section of this video. I hope I could clarify the batch system of how we take up the classes. Please do study well for the December attempt. Thank you so much. Take care and good luck.